Hello everyone, welcome to a brand new video from The Hustle Today. And today I have a very special guest. I have Sagar Sangam Sahu from DMC, and he has been a part of DDIP for very long, and he has also been into DMC for very long, and he has had some amazing success story with him. So he has made some over $9,000 in the past 6-8 months, and that is huge for a guy who is very simple from a very small town, and he has just worked hard. I have seen him grow. He would run his videos and do live videos, and a lot of things we'll know about him. So without further ado, instead of me introducing him, let me just bring him and we'll hear it from him. What does he do? Where is he from? How has he achieved what he has achieved? Hello, Sagar. How are you?
Hi Divya, I'm good. How about you?
Awesome. So where's the normal smile that you put up in your videos? I can't see that smile.
Yeah,
Not happy with $9,000?
Yeah, I'm super happy.
Not happy with $9,000.
Still,
You want more?
yeah, definitely. The hunger is still there, and like it is human tendency, like always hunger for more. Right.
Okay. So what is the target for 2021 that you have set for yourself? Any target, or do you have it in the first place?
Yeah, I have it, but it is something very big target I have.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Do you mind sharing it with us?
Okay, so it is something you can say $100,000.
Oh man, super.
I'm launching my own program. That's why I'm confident about it. But still,
Okay.
finger crossed. But I'm still working on it. Yeah.
Okay. So and I'm very curious, okay, very frankly, because I have seen you grow. You used to do your own live videos, and I from what I know, you'll tell me the inside story. So what I used to see is there were one or two people. Sometimes there were zero people in the initial stages when you were new in DMC, and from there to $9,000. I mean, how did you get there? I mean, please tell me something about it.
So one thing I believe is taking consistent action. So I focus in like following the process rather than just focusing on the results. Most of the us think about that we want this type of goals. We want to earn money. But the thing is, what are the things take to earn that money? There's some steps is required, right? That step something differentiate from which is the people who are not taking results, not getting results, the people who are getting results. So I focus completely on process, and in specifically in DDIP, they are completely focusing on okay, this week we will work on this particular task, right? So I just do that task, and most of the time, I also people feel that I believe that they're not repeating the same task again and again. If you okay, now Deepak sir has given a task of give lead generation to LinkedIn, right? But we do only one that particular week. After that we forget about it, but we should keep continuing to do that. But I
Very important point.
that is something differentiate from other people, right?
That is a
Getting
very important point. I mean, to continue what you have learned. So what I've seen people do, which is a very valid point that you have brought up. I mean, that you learn something and then you just shelve it off. No, actually you should continue it, like in the
exactly.
background. So very, very important point. But I have one very important question I personally want to know. So you said that it is about consistency, right? And you were very consistent, but the the problem that most of us face with consistency, in fact, I'll tell you very frankly, I started taking part in some video challenges. I did it, and I did it for a few days, and then I was like, okay, baad mein karenge, and things like that. I'll do it later. What to put? How did you, cross that initial big hurdles in staying consistent? Say, suppose you start a challenge and you do it for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 7 days, but then did it ever cross to you that you are running out of topics, or what will I say, nobody is there, where you getting demotivated? So tell me about those challenges. Like, how did you overcome that?
okay, I got first like the consistent results till date. To till today, I also face challenges to get content. Like after like when I see that after doing almost 400 days, about to reach in few days,
Wow,
400
I mean, the
days of
400, that's
400 days of
like 365 plus 6 plus like 40. That means like 1 year, 1 month, right? Damn.
August 16th, I crossed August 16th that I crossed like 365 days. So almost about to reach, you can say 400 days. So the reason, like still I struggle to get like content. Like, but the thing is, I'm very comfortable with getting content very fast. Uh, Earlier, I used to get like uh, at least 4 to 5 hours to get one piece of content which I can share for 5 to 10 minutes. Right. But now it took me like half an hour. But still, I struggle. Like, okay, but if I share this value, if my customer, also my audience, don't like it, still I struggle in that part. But that is the process we have to overcome every single day, right? So yeah, that was the biggest challenge, like creating new content. You can say like I learned this from Gary Vaynerchuk, right? That you don't have to create content; you have to document your journey. See,
Right.
every single day we are reading something. If we are watching some videos from YouTube or maybe some course, right? But nobody actually internalize it or implement it in their life. Very few people does that. So whatever it is, I'm hardcore practitioner. Whenever I learn something, I try to implement fast, and I share that result or share my experience with that particular implementations with my audience. I say, okay, I learn this Facebook organic marketing, and I implemented today, but I got very less results, something kind of. So this is kind of like the I'm sharing live case study with my audience. So people like my content. That's why people like my content. I'm
Mm,
sharing live case studies. I'm sharing live stories, right? So people
mm,
love to see this kind of content, which basically you are documenting your journey, not just
mm.
sharing value, and people are not actually engaging with your content. Sometimes you have seen like maybe many uh, batchmates of they have seen that I got lots of engagement in terms like hundreds comments, 50 comments. The reason
Mm,
I share my story, like, that is something more important when while people try to create content. Another
mm.
thing I like the consistency is something very hard to do it. Even many people take a resolution in the very first day of the year, right? And within 7 days or
I used to do
15
it
days,
always, man. I used to do it at one point in time.
like every year we do. But the thing is, uh, I break that barrier within this particular consistency. Like how I did it, I thought like, what if I can invest like 10 minutes in a day for transform my life? One thing
Mm,
I will not do three different things, like five different things, and end up giving up everything. So I just focus on one thing. I have so what is the one thing I can do, and I can really create an impact on my life and people's life. Then I see, okay, video content. I will go live and share video content so that what will happen? It will improve me as a person, right? And my communication skill, and also I can add value to my audience. I was very poor at like speaking English. Now at least I'm little bit. I can say that okay, I have grown myself from last year to today. I got a little bit confidence about that. So that is something like focusing on one thing and for a longer period of time. That is something gives me a consistent action every single day.
Okay, so let me go back a little bit. Like that's very interesting, and I'll go forward about the journey of that $9,000 from zero and no people attending your live sessions, and then to 9,000. I'll get there, but let's just rewind a little bit. Let's just go back a little bit into your past. Like, can you tell me more about yourself? Like, where you from? I think it's from a very small town, right? And
Yeah, very
I
small
think
town. Yeah.
even net connection, as you said, was like not available. So tell me more about your journey so far, like where you from and how you got here.
So I am from a small village called Baisinga. It is like nearer to Baleshwar city in Odisha, Baleshwar or Baripada city in Odisha.
Okay.
Baisinga
Mm.
is a small village, you can say. So basically, where I belong to, and it was like in 2013. If I go back a little bit to my backstory, where actually I was struggling to get at least a job or something after my graduation, right? And what actually I was literally confused. What should I do? I am a physics or like physics honors graduate. I had a no clue what to do, right? Then
It's a journey from science to marketing science, consumer
marketing.
science. Ah, nice, very nice.
Okay, so then I realized like no, physics is not for me. Like I tried so hard taking honors, and I tried to apply for PG, and I failed that entrance exam, and that actually took me to the stressful position in for me and my family member. That said, like we spend a lot of money into this guy, and this guy is completely wasted our money and doing nothing, right? And that point of time my family business was not good, and our father went with some kind of bankruptcy in one business. That was a kind of very stressful position in that particular time. And then moment one of my uncle he suggested me that why should you should not try MBA, because you have a business background. You should try business, and you should see that marketing is a good option to do it.
Mm.
Then literally I applied. I wasted 1 year, another 1 year to give entrance exams like CAT, JAT, MAT to get into the top colleges like IIMs and all. Still, I failed that, like not able to score 90 percentile and all. Then what I did is like now I think like what should I left like I spent another 1 year to appear good colleges. Then actually I went to I said myself like my father like I will go to each part of India. I'll search colleges to give me best education, because I don't know, I'm not capable to attend big colleges, but I will go to specific part of India. I've decided like I will go Delhi first. Sorry, I will go Maharashtra. I did some research that Maharashtra and Delhi is a good place to do MBA, right? So I went to Maharashtra first, Pune, and at least I visited there like 10 to 15 colleges for like to search where I can actually get the knowledge, where I can get better myself. Literally, I did lots of research, and there was so much of you can dalals and all. They just get into like bring my money and all. But the thing is, I did lots of research, but I found a good college. Then I took admission over there. Like, no was like for me going from small village. I never been to like outside Odisha. Uh, uh, in that particular till that particular time, like
Wow.
to the third end. But I
Wow. Hats off
took
to
that
you for your journey, man.
took that courage, and I went to like search like okay, I now I wanted to learn myself. Learn new skills. I wanted to grow myself, not just with that conservative environment. So that's why like I took admission in Pune. When then I joined Pune, it was literally I was completely blank. At that point of time, later I was not able to speak Hindi, even like because Odia is something
Mm.
very my first language, Hindi second language, English third language, which is very huge for me. So facing those people in front of me, like thousands of people in that college, was like biggest hurdle for me that point of time. And I was also super shy. Like you cannot imagine
Let
that.
me let, let me ask you one question here before you go forward. So, did that Odia guy ever thought of taking sessions in English? I mean, how many people do you have in your tribe right now?
35 plus,
30, 45 plus.
35 plus, yeah, 35 plus.
Yeah, and I mean, an Odia guy who comes from a small town, now making $9,000. I mean, $9,000 a year. I mean, in 8 months, it's not even a year.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like 92,000 rupees on an average every month in 8 months. So, I mean, did that guy ever thought that he'll be able to go there?
I never thought like now I'm actually giving consultancy to like people in US, Europe. The
Oh my
literally,
goodness.
I never thought about it. Like people now is like asking me, look, I'll pay for one-on-one call. So that is something like biggest achievement of my life, apart from one money that I got. But the thing is, that is something like I'm feeling blessed, and I have like literally deep gratitude to my like my family members who have supported me this to this till that journey. And yeah, so that is something I never imagined.
Wow. So, okay. So you were telling me about the story and how you went for colleges and everything. And the usual thing that most people do is after college, they look for a job. Okay. And the usual job that most people get and try is somewhere between 50 to 60. And then most people are like, 50, 60,000. If I get a salary, I'll be like happy. I'll have a decent life. And right now, you got out of a job and you are making like much more than that. Like on an average, I'm not, I do not know the much details about your journey, like were you making right from the start, which I think it was a little parabolic curve, right?
It was really very hard time in the starting phase. The first 3 to 6 months was really hard for me, but most of the people actually cannot survive that particular 5 to 6 months. They don't have that particular patience level, right? You will just
That's
this will
something. Can you elaborate a little bit on that part? Like what happened and how did you overcome it? Like when you started, and then that part that you say, can
okay.
you
This
elaborate a little more?
all this online journey.
Yeah, the specific part where you said that most people wouldn't have been able to survive that.
Okay, be very specific. Like when this Corona started, right? Uh, well, first I will tell you why I got started this online journey. The reason I started the journey, like when I see like after having MBA, I did MBA, then I did 4 years of job, and I was still facing the issue of money. And every time I got a letter from my bank manager that you are going to we call as a NPA, non-performing assets, like.
Mm.
Uh, and so just pay the money. So I was not able to pay that money like every month, single day, like EMI, right? So that time I realized like why I'm not creating any extra income. What is the reason behind it? Then I found out the one reason behind it, I'm not developing my skill. Why people will pay me for my skill? Why not people paying me, right? Then I realized I should build my skill. And I was like, what is the area I can develop, right? Then I explored like okay, digital marketing where I have interest, because when I joined MBA, like and I explored that marketing is my passion about it. I see lots of brands and all. Like I read the book Kotler and all. I saw a lot of things about marketing world. So somehow I had a very passionate about marketing and learning about branding, how this internet marketing working. This is something I have a passion about. So I started researching more about it. Then I figured out to good money, you have to spend at least 6 months to 1 year by creating a blog or maybe creating a YouTube channel. But the thing is, in exactly April month, March end, I got a mail from my HR that Sagar, your salary will be half from month of April.
That must be a shock.
That was like shock period. Like after having MBA, 4 years of experience, and I got a mail like this from my HR. It was a not fault of any company. I'm not blaming any company here. But the thing is, it is something you cannot control. It is a natural calamities you can say. Like Corona came, and even they are not able to survive in the market where the customer is just stop paying the money they are paying. So I just blame myself like why I'm not building my skill. That point I decided that I'll take whatever risk I can. Then I was just searching about what is the best way I can earn money. Right. I didn't have any product. I didn't have any knowledge about this industry. Then somebody told me that affiliate marketing is the best way to start. But you can earn money like immediately. But I started spamming everywhere and like everybody do, right? Facebook group, and I got 299 rupees.
Did
First,
your friends and did your relatives block you too?
like literally people are saying like what you are doing actually. You are you like doing that MLM kind of things, something kind of thing. So that was something time like it was very difficult to explain about them, right?
Mm.
So I got 299 rupees. That was first affiliate income, but actually I was not aware how actually I should earn money. Right? Then I started attending some training seminars, online workshops. Then I understand, like I know that I need to build online business, and into digital marketing. So I should learn from the topmost person in the industry. And I got introduced to Deepak sir. I read some article, and that article gave me complete about like how I can start journey of digital marketing. That time, first batch I tried, batch number 3. That time I had no money that for the time, so I could not apply. Batch number 4, I thought no, I should apply this time. I should miss that amount. Now there is a huge learning in this particular things. People say that I will join once I have money,
Mm.
right? It is something like you are asking your faculty that give me job, then I will join your college. So this is something,
Oh, that's very nice. Nice analogy.
right? So this is something I realized, no, I should take risks first. I build my skill first, then I'll think about earning money. Literally, I arranged some money from my friend and I joined DDIP. I had actually minus the time because I could not pay the loan amount. I was saying like, so that part of that, in that particular situation, I joined DDIP. Then after 2-3 months, still I was like frustrated. I am not getting results. But thing is, I am still not building my skill. Right. Like, then there was a fourth or third assignment. I could not remember that particular assignment. But basically, Deepak sir has given the task of lead generation. Then I implemented it, and I got few leads that got me confidence about it, right? And I started building my group that particular time period, like Facebook group, and I started adding few people into my group. So I started building confidence. Okay, and now I'm building audience, right? And now you ask the question is like the struggle part. That's where actually struggle and the frustration part came. I was getting lead, but I was not getting sales, right? So I was able to give up or something kind of thing, and that was something happened. Like I just committed myself. No, I will learn how to do sales and how to actually position myself as an authority. Why people should purchase me? It is not about just you are sharing the links and all. That's where I started like publishing myself, like creating content. So people started getting knowing me as a person and things. And when people see me consistently, I'm doing live for 30 continuous day, even after not getting results. On 69th day of Facebook Live, I got a call, like just a message that I want to talk to you. Then that guy, I'm confused. Can you help me to start affiliate marketing journey or something like that? I just explain, okay, this is the things I got. I give lot of value. Like, okay, this is the roadmap for I'm just working on it. That guy purchased $100 product, and that was give me like complete boost. Okay, now I'm getting leads from my publishing, creating content. Can you imagine that 0 to 69th date? I was not having any single sale. I was having $1 or $2. That was not actually motivation for me. I'm like, okay, but still I'm grateful. Okay, still I'm getting something. But that was a struggle between 69th day. That struggle people cannot bear. Right. Right. So they leave on 15th day, they leave on like 20th day. They could not keep on putting effort till that 69th day. I'm not thinking for me 69th day, for you maybe 20 day, for somebody maybe 90 day. But the thing is, you need to put consistent effort to see like where exactly you reach some point. Okay, you feel that okay, you are
effort
now.
without the expectation of reward
Yeah.
is what separates consistent people and successful people from inconsistent and unsuccessful people. So okay, that's awesome. And I mean, what you have done, my hats off to you for being consistent. You still like inspire me to do that, and I'll take up a similar video challenge going forward. So now can you tell me, okay, so you mentioned roadmap, right? That you got a roadmap on how to start, and you gave that person, your first customer on 69th day, about the roadmap of how. Um, can you give me specifically, I mean, we have the audience here too, but if I were to start affiliate marketing today, and because you have been through that journey, so I would naturally want to learn from you. And if I want to learn from you, can you help me with the first step and then how to design a roadmap for myself? Can you just tell me the first step where I should start?
I give them this, like I don't share any technical stuff in the very first step. I share the first, you need to build your like giving mindset. Because if you just, uh, I have heard from somewhere, I cannot remember, like just like you should build your mindset of a farmer, like how farmer actually build the seeds, right? Putting the seeds and thinking, okay, if I put consistent effort, I'll get the result after some. The hunter mindset is something like they just went to the market and they start selling. That was the mindset I had before. That was like I was spamming everywhere. That was a hunter mindset. My objective was to completely just like get sales. So first step, I suggest everyone, like my all, I have the students, I teach them first day that you should build a mindset of giving first. Giving like so like how can I give? Like I'm not expert, how can I give? See, I see like read this thing from Expert Secret book by Russell Brunson. He says that you should not be the expert exactly like 10 out of 10 to give somebody like or give a mentorship to somebody or some guidance. If you are just one step ahead of others, you can do that. Even Deepak sir also says that you don't have to be 10 out of 10. You have to be 4 out of 10 to teach the people who are at 1 out of 10 or 2 out of 10. So that is something I said, okay, if you got at least little knowledge about the things, now started sharing with your audience who are just not starting out. At that point of time, I had a good knowledge about publishing, how affiliate marketing works in 69th day. So I gave the complete, okay, this is the things you can follow. I'm following uh, my mentor's guidance, and you should also start this. Then he followed that path and started started his affiliate marketing journey. So that was something start. I started giving value to my audience. That was the first step. Giving attitude. Once you give lot of value, people try to give something back to you, which is the law of reciprocation. Whatever.
Application.
Yeah. So in that time, like sometimes, like yesterday, I got a message in the messenger, Sagar, I wanted to um, work with you and can you mentor me? Can you, I wanted to purchase this product, but I wanted to go through your affiliate only because I'm seeing you are providing lots of value. So this is something without any expectation. I have not expected that person I just have in my list come to me directly asking to pay me the money or like purchase something from me. So this is something where I have given lots of value in the market. That was something giving back to me. So this is something mind things I teach to marketer. Like normally what new affiliate marketer to do, they just find up so many products and they just try to sell randomly. That was the biggest mistake. Instead of that, the next step, like if you are saying like, okay, first step is the mindset of giving. Second step, focus on one product, but the power of one product, one traffic, one audience. This is the power of one. IT or one product means like which product you should promote, the product which you have used in the past, or you think that this is something you can help with other people. Let's suppose I was using ClickFunnels and the training I have attended. So I try to recommend, okay, this is the one product I believe that it can help you. So I focus on one product. From the last 1 year, I've been focusing on one product. I have added few in the later stage, but to get at least first $1,000, you have to focus on one product, one traffic source, and one audience. Sometimes I ask people like they ask me, okay, Sagar, I'm not getting sales. Can you help me? I ask one question like, who is your customer? No, like I don't know who is my customer. Okay, sometimes they know. Okay, these are the my audience, but what is that problem actually you are solving. So as an entrepreneur, we should be a problem solver, not a product seller. I
Hmm.
say them, I say that like, what kind of problem you can solve? Now I can help them to publish content. I can help them to get generate leads. So that's why they will purchase from me, right? So I have a reason to say them, right? So that is something. The second step, like power of one, is very much important. Then only you can make sales. So yeah,
Hmm.
that is the few steps I would highly recommend to new affiliate marketer.
Okay, so that is the mindset that you have. One is the mindset of a farmer, not a hunter, and the power of one, right?
Yeah.
And what is the second thing that you mentioned a few moments ago? Um, you said a very good line. I just missed out on it.
That Deepak
Something
sir
very
line.
No, no, no. You just mentioned it about a few seconds ago. Um, yes, you should be a problem solver, not a product seller, which is very nice. And I think these are two very powerful when somebody's getting started. Okay. Another question. Okay, so you said about how to have that mindset and how to go about it. Now, there are various methods of affiliate marketing, right? There is blogging, there is video, there is podcast. So you are doing video one, right? You don't write any articles or anything.
No, I don't write it, but I think sometimes I write social media post based on like
Okay.
something. Yeah.
Okay. So now suppose if I have to get into your footsteps, suppose if I want to earn, because you are earning much more than what normally people try to find a job for, right? You're already making much more than that. So naturally, I would also want to earn that much. So if I'm in a job like a
Mhm.
normal guy, and if I want to have my side income, and if I consider you as my mentor, then can you give me a few steps in a nutshell on where to start? Like, should I start video? Should I start blogging? Should I start podcast? In your opinion, and a few steps as to how I should go about it. Just a roadmap.
Okay, first, like selecting a product is important. Like in affiliate marketing, product selection is important. That I told you, like think that which is something you are comfortable. Maybe some people are good at email marketing. They can promote maybe ConvertKit, get response, which has a good recurring affiliate commission. They can promote. Find the best product out and do not just go for a commission or just short-term income, right? I focus on see that yeah, okay, selecting a product is very much important. I'll say you what are the few steps to follow to
Sure.
select the best product to market. There is
Sure.
something
Sure.
many people fail. I have some notes. Okay, I remember that points. First one is uh, first think about that. Are they really providing solution to the market for a longer period of time, or just sometimes affiliate marketing? You see they are launching on the products like in AppSumo, and after some time they remove that product from that platform.
Mhm,
So they
mhm.
just launching for earning money. So so every time what you will fall into like okay you promote this product today, after sometimes you will promoting other people today. That is
Mm,
something I do not like about. But my objective for a newbie, they should not focus that one, like focus on one product which actually have a very lifetime value for the customer. That is the first step to identify the product. Second step, they should have a community, right? Community is for something people get support from. Let's suppose I'm promoting a SaaS product. A SaaS product, it is a huge needed for building a community because sometimes they get stuck with something, some technical error or something. Definitely, they should have some support system, but still, people need some kind of instant support, and they
mm,
can get fit from a community. Third is a brand character. Like I promote ClickFunnels, so I have a brand character of Russell Brunson. I know that this guy will know never uh, just go from market after launching some product, right? He has a brand value at it. So this is the three things I highly consider when promoting choosing a product.
mhm.
After choosing a product, now you need to identify your market. Actually, how you can serve in the market. What is the area? Who do you can serve? Do not just target everyone. Think that if you are not sorry, not you do not know who is your customer, right? The best way to look at yourself or look at your mirror, right? Because if you have gone through some kind of problem in the past, if you overcome that, definitely there are so many other people have gone through, right? If you
Mhm.
feel like how I got my dream customer avatar, like to helping people to get started with affiliate marketing, that I see like I was struggling in that COVID time period to get into affiliate marketing. There was nobody to help me. Then I started getting mentorship. Then I think like, why not I should give mentorship to the other people who are really struggling to get started affiliate marketing, right? So that's why I figured out my customer avatar. So similarly for you need to figure out like what are the challenges you faced in the past, and you think that there is a lot of people in the market they also facing that kind of challenges. You can help. That was the best way to get started. Then once you good at now, I started helping funnel builder, freelancers who wanted to get clients for them or high ticket projects for them. I can do, but because I have a good knowledge about how to get leads, how to generate uh, basically sales for that. So that is something they should start as a like understanding their customer of the
Mhm.
third step, which is traffic. Because now you is that you know that okay, this is the product I'm promoting, this is the customer I'm targeting. Now where you can find those customer,
Mhm.
right? That is the third step. Like now think that you don't have to create a traffic. Traffic is already there. Now you have to like what I focus is I go where people are already dis doing that discussion around that topic. It can be a Facebook group, it can be a forum, it can be a page where people are discussing on that particular topic. So where I can find it out those customers or those potential leads, right? For me.
Mhm.
Now, how I can attract them? To attract them, I have to create create something, create content to attract them. I can just say, hey, this is the product you should purchase. Now the last step, that is something people do not take action. That is like creating content. Right?
Mhm.
Creating content or content is not just creating a blog or something. So now also people, most of the new marketer, they stuck with this creating content. How can I start creating content? They start everything like Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, everything, and they don't. I'm doing everything, but I'm not getting results. Then let go back to that particular power of one strategy. We have to focus on one traffic. That is Facebook. I focus on Facebook. What I do is like I can in Facebook, what type of content I can create. One is video, one is post, making a post, or I can like record a audio and put a podcast. Maybe let's say there are three type of content we can create, but I can create only those type of content which I used to listen most or I used to consume most. If you're a good reader, then you should start creating written content. If you love to consume video content from YouTube or from other stuff, then you should create video content. If you love to listen podcast, because you know that particular platform very well than anybody else,
Mhm.
right?
Good perspective on making a choice on the platform. I would like to mention once something that I really learned and impacted me is what I learned in week 4 of DDIP, the internship program, is how to look at platforms, how to look at your website. Like earlier, I had this thing, okay, Instagram pay, I have to put up these content on Facebook, this, Twitter, this, YouTube, this, and then my website. So website was one in the list of several platforms. And then coming into DDIP, I realized, okay, no, website is at the center, is at the heart, is like the sun around which all the other planets revolve. So if
Mhm,
sun is not there, then all of these planets make no sense.
mhm.
So that is something that I really learned, and that perspective that you just placed, like the power of one and your website, and so very nice one. Hmm.
Yeah, then I started seeing like I was literally consuming lots of content on YouTube, but I was afraid of creating video. That was again the struggle point for me. But that was something very difficult from creating a video content and with consistent, right? Like it came through my practice and removing that fear of uh, लोग क्या कहेंगे, what people will say about, because that was something most fear.
Biggest problem most
क्या
of us. Yeah.
क्या अरे दोस्त लोग क्या कहेंगे whenever I'll just go out and create a video, what will I stuck on my video, like what that was the biggest fear I had in my mind. It took me like 30 video to delete all the videos to create my first public video, right?
I've
So
been
that was
36 videos myself before I posted the first video.
so that was something like very difficult moment for me. So you when you get just practice, and so I suggest like what is the best way to get comfortable on camera. So create like a small group of people, okay, where you are comfortable with, like 5 people you know that okay, वो कुछ नहीं बोलेंगे, right? They will not say anything. Because they are also in the growing phase, or you will also don't get friends, because friends is something much fear, like उसमें तो और भी ज्यादा डर आता है कि यार friends क्या बोल देंगे यार. So that was the biggest fearful moment for me. So what I did is I started posting on a closed group where basically nobody knows me, only the people who are practicing for themselves they can know. So I started practicing them. Then when I practice a lot, I see like now I'm getting confidence. I can go and talk. Then I started publishing in the public. So video is content I choose because I was consuming a lot of content. But that is the best way to create a content. Like so, choosing a platform to create a content, like do something which you are comfortable to. Then you can move to other thing whenever you are just thinking.
Okay, so one important question out of this conversation is, so now that you have achieved so much, okay, and you naturally have seen success, you know that how difficult is it. But at this stage, most of the time, the thought starts pouring in that, okay, I have made this much from this. I can also do this, right? You know, this is the stage where all of these opportunities starts to at least feel like possibilities. How do you prevent yourself? You said power of one, right? But I'm talking about the mindset that you can still hold at this stage where you have the money to invest in something and start a different new project and find success in it. You know that for the first some time you'll have to put in the effort. How do you control yourself at the same time scale up what you're doing? So how do you tackle that?
That is like shiny object is still there in my mind. Like every time when I open up social media, I get to see, okay, I can do this, I can do that. But the thing is, when you are focused on the very high performing activities, like which actually give you good result, and you are not good at particular thing till now. And now I'm thinking, okay, now I'm started coaching people, right? Now I want to look at, I can also do like big summits, seminar. I have a plan. Like that is something going on in my head. I can do lots of good collaborations. I'm still doing it. Like some interviews I've done more than 20 plus expert interviews. But the thing is, that was my like bigger vision to like scale up into the next phase, like where I will talk to big people like Russell Brunson. I'm inviting them to my interview show, right? I'm very close to that. But the thing is, without creating a base for myself, like okay, at least 100 students I should have in my community or paid students, so that I have a big authority. So now I'm focusing on developing my students, right, where I can get more impact in other people's lives. I read a quote from Zig Ziglar. He says that if you can help enough people what they want, you will achieve what you want. Yeah, something like that. Something. So that is something inspired me a lot to help more and more people. So that's why I'm focusing currently only on developing few students. When I have lots of success stories, then I will go to the scalable mode where I can collaborate with people, I can scale my business and other stuff. But before that, I wanted to create more and more success stories and case studies. That is my focus now.
I think, what you said, that the mindset of a farmer is exactly what you're putting into action, that until unless I grow enough crops, I'll stick to one type of crop. and unless and until I have enough seeds in reserve, I'll stick to one and then I'll start with another project. So the mindset of a farmer that you said, I think, it's very, uh, there's nothing new under the sun, but it still is a very fresh perspective on the same thing, that you should give. So that mindset of a farmer is like, very cool, I would say. It's very nice, it
Yeah,
sticks. So,
it really inspired me a lot. Like, we never thought about like, okay, these things can happen inside business also. Like, how we can implement this farmer and hunter concept inside business. When I learned this concept, wow, this actually opened up my mind. I should value first, and then I will get the result.
hmm. Okay, so Sagar, wonderful. Like, I'm super inspired. But now I'm just curious to know that now that you have had this journey, how did DDIP and DMC help you in it? Because for me personally, it impacted me in so many ways that I just felt like I want to work with this person, and somehow I landed up the job. But I still get intrigued by the mindset that DD has, and then that pours into the DDIP modules and the DMC, the sessions and everything. What was your experience, and what is your one biggest takeaway from your experience with this?
So we are just discussing that hunter and farmer mindset. So before DDIP, I got sold to Deepak sir literally through his mail, right? Through his email, I got sold. Like, he is somebody person I never seen any other marketer actually put the value in the front end than anybody else. Like, he's giving literally lot of free value without asking for a sale. Okay, this is the knowledge you take. There is no link in the mail. I don't know when is the last things he sent a mail with a affiliate link or something to get sales, right?
Hardly ever.
That was like, I think he has some 90-10%. I don't know what is the ratio, but that was one thing. That was really like, now if you see any other marketer, like every day I'm getting lots of links, purchase. But the only person I can see, the Deepak sir, is putting a lot of effort on like sharing his message to the world. That is something I get sold from very beginning of that. So that was something I learned from Deepak sir as well. Now I started implementing in my email also. I started sharing with no links. So I am sending one links after 5 email or 4 email. Something I am implementing it, but I'm getting good response from it also. Like, people are responding me, yeah, Sagar, yeah, great journey, great message, something like that. So that has also inspired me to do this kind of things. And yeah, now how actually DDIP? Let's start from the day where I got started. DDIP, how DDIP impacted me. Before DDIP, I joined a course in 2017. I don't want to name that. I think I don't. I know that it was the biggest competition of Deepak sir, but I joined that course. That point of time, I was earning 10,000 rupees in a month. I was paying EMI of 7,000 to that particular institute and spent almost 40,000, maybe 40, more than 40,000 to learn digital marketing skill, basic digital marketing skill.
Mm.
And they were just keeping, okay, attend this session and just take the test, get the certificate and all. Literally, I have not applied for the certificate then. I've applied for the exam, I guess. And after that, I just left. The reason I left, I'm not approaching them for certificate because I had already certificate like MBA certificate. What else I need? And now I need the a result, right? Where basically I can get the result.
Exactly.
DDAP is something not focusing on that particular, just giving knowledge and just giving certificate. They're focusing on action. That is something helped me to like working on live business. That is something helped me to like give the perspective how important taking action is. Literally, I was super procrastinate person still, like you can say, in that point of time, I was not taking action. I was procrastinating, like, okay, I can do this thing, but I'll do later. But when the DIP gave me assignment, okay, Sagar, go and generate leads. That was the challenging mode for me. How can I generate leads from internet? I don't know about anybody, right? So that is something push us to like take into action mode and getting into the result.
I think that week
Yeah.
7 is very like, powerful. Like most people don't even realize, they don't put it into action. I think Jayant is also one example where he applied all of that in week 7 and he achieved a lot of leads and everything. Abhishek also did that. So I agree with you on that. And wonderful what you have done.
And DMC, you're asking about DMC. DMC is like more on like personalized for your business, like for your niche. Like in DDAP, there is a huge like 500, 600 people. And our batch, it was 1,000 people in a batch, right? So it is very difficult to address everybody's concern one on one. DMC, I got chance to talk to every coaches in DDIP in a personal level. And every time I have a problem, I can, okay, Jayant, I want to talk to you. I just message and we get on a call one to one and solve the problem. That was something like the support
And we
system,
also had weekly calls with DD where
weekly calls, and I think alternative call was there that I was attending every alternate days and go deep into one subject. That was something more powerful and actionable. And I got like even uh, my breakthrough the day when they asked me to take huge actions like giving a webinar kind of thing. Yeah, webinar. Like I never
I
gave
remember
it.
it was a Sunday webinar where DD asked you to do that. And then you went ahead and you applied all of that. I remember that.
Applied. Yeah, then Ajayat was introducing me on that particular webinar and I started sharing. There was few 15, 20 people of small group. And that was like, I think first webinar I took. Then after that, it got me a lot of confidence on me. Like now I can do webinars, I can address one to many. Because one to many is a big skill to learn, right? Because we talk one to one, that is very comfortable. But when we see like one to many, it is kind of like you were speaking on the stage. That was the biggest like aha moment for me, like to give the audience to like explaining some topic and all.
Okay. So wonderful, Sagar. Just one more question. So what exactly are you doing in affiliate marketing right now? If you have to just define it in one paragraph.
Okay, now I'm helping people to get the new affiliate marketer to get their first $1,000. That was, I believe, that the breakthrough. People still struggle to get that $1,000 mark. To help them, that is the biggest moment. And I've already helped 5 to 6 people who are already crossed like $1,000 mark, and one person is about to cross 5,000. One person already crossed $10,000. One but thing is he's into like agency niche, so that's why he is able to earn much my bigger than me very fast, right? You can say.
Okay, so I'll pause you there. I'll ask you to take a pause. You have earned $9,000. Your students have earned 10,000,
10,000.
5,000.
Yes.
Wow. So I mean, collectively, you must have made like $50,000 collectively with your community.
You could say 30,000 something. You can say, yeah.
Collectively, all of them together, $30,000 with you, your community. That is the power that you hold. If you adopt that farmer mindset for long enough, with problem solving attitude and not product seller attitude, and staying consistent without the expectation of reward. If I have to define Sagar, that is how I think I'll define Sagar. I mean,
See, my if you ask me the revenue part, see, affiliate marketing we get commission. So commission is like $9,500. So you can imagine the sales must be somewhere more than $20,000, like
true,
$20,000.
true.
So I give you the example of that particular student like crossed $10,000. See, that is the revenue part, right? Like his use his agency. Agency can scale up to thousand, like $100,000, $50,000. That is something they can on anything, right? So that was the things I used to wanted to mention. Yeah, like now my focus is more on like developing my students. I just said that helping more on people, right? And I have the like goal of, I don't know like how big that goal is. I have a goal of like 100 people to get their first $1,000 mark by December 31st. That was I write every day my goal diary where okay I had to earn because that was my first goal I wanted to achieve. So now actually I have achieved whatever at least I can mm, survive myself. Now it is time to give back to my community where people are struggling a lot in the market. So that is something my one focus in the moment.
Awesome. So if I have to approach you and if I want to learn from you, where should I approach you? How can I connect to you?
Facebook is I'm available on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and also started YouTube also. But
Okay, so
Facebook
what is
is
the
where
full name that you put there? What is the
uh,
name that you put? The
okay,
Sagar Sangam Sahu.
Sagar Sangam Sahu, uh,
Do you have a website?
sagarsangamsahu.com.
Super, super. Okay, so I'll get in touch with you on that. Super. Awesome. Thank you so much, Sagar, for sharing your story and sharing those wonderful tips, and especially that farmer mindset. It was very like stuck in my mind. To give, 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 give. Just like even Vaynerchuk also says that, give, 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 and then you take. And DD is
Jab,
the
jab, jab.
embodiment of that.
What is that? Jab, jab, jab. Right
Tap
hook.
and then you hook. Yeah, hook.
Yeah.
So it's wonderful, and I have seen Didi do it, and now I see you do it. So that farmer mindset works. That is the proof, and that mindset itself has made people earn some $30,000 with you in the center of it, and it's wonderful. You alone have made $9,000 in the past 8 months, and what I really learned from you, Sagar, is how to be consistent. The most powerful thing, the most underrated skill that there ever is. And it has been wonderful seeing you. I used to think like, how can this guy go every day, zero audience and still go live? And now I see the results. So I'm inspired, even if I
You
have
know
to go
what?
and
Just like about 1 hour before, somebody approached me to pay me money for his accountability coach.
wow.
He's like
VIP model kind.
he wanted to talk to me today night itself, and he wanted to get a call me because I said I'm not consistent. Can you help me to push every day? So I don't know, like this is a new revenue stream I can start. Then I say that okay, I can start putting myself as a accountability coach because
Super.
because the reason my student get results because I push them very hard that you should focus on action, taking actions, because once you take actions, the result will follow automatically. That was something need to do. Yeah, that, I think it
Awesome.
is a
Thank
very
you so
long.
much, Sagar. No, but it's worth it, right? There's so much I got to imbibe from your lessons and your experiences. It's wonderful. I mean, so many people will love this session and they're going to derive so much value. So I think this video alone will help a lot of people make even more money what you have made. I mean, of course,
Yeah.
it's also about experience, but why not talk about money? Money is real motivation, isn't it? At the end of
And
the
one thing I wanted to give a point that people should think that maybe you will put it in YouTube or where you are going to put this, maybe anywhere. I don't know, but people who might get this video as a free video, but they should think that they have paid for this video, paid for their time, and time is
Mm,
money, right? Think like that you have paid maybe 10,000 rupees to watch this video alone, then you can take action on that in this whatever you have learned till this time. You should start implementing at least 1 point. I started implementing 1 point from Russell Brunson, which inspired me to take daily action, right? So you can pick out one lesson and start implementing it. And that is going to give us that okay, we have invested good quality time to help more students to get the result. That is something the mindset they should think. Okay, I've invested 10,000 rupees into this video to watch this video. Now I will get get to my work and start implementing it. And Russell Brunson always said that when you pay attention and take action.
awesome. And even like DD has also applied it with a DDIP model. First, you pay. I'll be your accountability coach. You complete the assignments, take all your money back. That's like revolutionary in the industry, and nobody has ever done that. Super, Sagar. And watching you is always and talking to you is always refreshing and motivating to be like, it's an understatement actually. Great talking to you. and thank you for your
It's
time.
my
So
honor. It's my really, I'm super grateful to you and the
my
DDIP,
honor too.
my DDIP that I got opportunity to work people like you, the some like some inspiration people, because this is the like I see as a family, not as a like any other person in the world. I never like I feel okay. I can ask anytime. Okay, to any people inside the DAP, I need help with them. So this is something we are creating a community-based approach of learning rather than just going to a signing of the course or getting the certificate and just move. फिर वे उन्होंने जाके वो कॉलेज में दिख सॉरी कोई जॉब में अप्लाई कर दिया and they think okay we are doing great. But here we are learning as a collaborative approach, community-based learning.
Exactly.
That is something very differentiate from other marketer in the world.
Thank you so much, Sagar, for wonderful words, wonderful experience, and wonderful journey. And I wish you all the best. Lovely talking to you.
Thanks. Thanks a lot.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.